Let's talk about defense for a second.
Sun Tzu said it best. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Hey, Hawkeye and Fever fans. Today, we're diving into a topic that's got people buzzing. Coach Stephanie White and her focus on defense with the Indiana Fever. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could defense affect Caitlin Clark's offense? Sounds like oil and water, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're counting down the 5 reasons to worry about Coach White's defense impact on Caitlin Clark's offensive game. Spoiler alert, these reasons might actually make Caitlin's offense even scarier. Let's jump in.
Well, I think first and foremost, we lay the level of expectation. Like, you're going to be expected to defend if you want to be on the floor.
White didn't always have a defensive mindset. So here's the deal. Stephanie White wasn't exactly known for her defense as a player. In fact, she even joked about it herself. She was all about the offense back then, like a kid in the candy store. But now, she's a coach who champions defense, and she gets why it's so essential. It's like a reformed junk food lover who suddenly preaches green smoothies. You know, there's wisdom there, but you're just waiting to see how it all plays out. The thing is, she's learned that defense fuels offense. When the Fever's offense is sputtering, she knows it's the defense that will spark it back to life. Imagine Caitlin Clark with even more opportunities to score because the defense is forcing turnovers and getting the ball back. That's right. Coach White's defense might just supercharge Caitlin's game. Scary. The Audubon offense needs defense to thrive. You know the Fever's offense, right? It's built for speed, like the Audubon, no limits, just full throttle, high octane action. But here's the catch. No car, no matter how powerful, can run without fuel. And in this case, defense is that fuel. Without solid defense, it's like trying to drive a Ferrari on empty. Sure, Caitlin's got insane scoring potential, but if the defense isn't there to get her more possessions, it's like handing her the keys to a supercar but saying, sorry, no gas. Coach White's defensive focus means more stops, more turnovers, and more chances for Caitlin to work her offensive magic. So, while some might worry that too much defensive emphasis could slow her down, it's actually laying the groundwork for her to go all out, full on nuclear. Ball pressure means more transition opportunities for Caitlin. Let's talk ball pressure. Coach White mentioned that one of her defensive priorities is ball pressure and multiple defensive coverages. Now, I know ball pressure sounds like a dry term, but let's break it down. It means hounding the opponent, forcing bad passes, and taking control of the game. Imagine Caitlin Clark with more transition opportunities because the team's defense is rattling opponents, shaking them up. It's like setting her up with a runway and saying, go ahead and take off.
And for us, that's going to start with ball pressure. It's going to start with execution of coverages.
For a player like Caitlin, who's a nightmare in transition, that's a gift. The more pressure they put on the other team's guards, the more loose balls and quick turnovers they get, and the faster Caitlin can get out on the break. In other words, Coach White's focus on ball pressure could turn Caitlin into a one-woman fast break machine. Caitlin's offense can rest easy with a strong defensive backup. Here's one a lot of people might overlook. With a solid defense, Caitlin doesn't have to carry the load all the time. We've seen it before. When the offense is stagnant, Caitlin has to put on her cape and go full-on superhero mode. And while we all love those Clark goes nuclear moments, it's not sustainable every night, right?
Multiple coverages, not just one or two. We've got to be able to keep teams off balance, multiple levels of effort on that end of the floor, a commitment to just being solid, to forcing teams to take the shots that we want them to take, for forcing players to take the shots that we want them to take, and playing it from a basketball IQ standpoint.
With Coach White building a defense that can hold down the fort, Caitlin can focus on being a playmaker, picking her spots, and staying fresh for those crunch time moments. It's like a rock band that knows their drummer won't miss a beat, so the lead singer can focus on hitting those high notes without worrying about everything falling apart. A strong defense will allow Caitlin to do what she does best without having to play hero ball 24/7. Team defense as a secret weapon to unleash Caitlin's full potential. All right, here's the final reason to worry about Coach White's defensive influence on Caitlin's offense. And this one might be my favorite one. Team defense is about to become Caitlin's secret weapon. Coach White emphasized that she's not looking for individual shutdown defenders. She's focused on building a smart, high IQ, team-oriented defense. That means Caitlin doesn't have to be the defensive anchor. She can focus on being an offensive weapon while trusting her team has her back.
And it's not about being an elite one-on-one defender. It's about being a great team defensive team. Now, I think this is a really smart basketball team. They have a high IQ. They understand the game. And this is, I think, something that they're going to embrace.
Think of it like this. Caitlin's offense is the main dish, and their team defense is the perfectly paired side that elevates the whole meal. By surrounding Caitlin with defenders who can understand their roles and play smart, she's free to be unpredictable, explosive, and downright lethal on offense. That's the kind of freedom any star player would kill for. Here's a bonus one. In the midst of chaos, there's always opportunity. It's like training with weighted gear. When Caitlin faces off against Coach White's defensive schemes in practice, it's like adding resistance. By the time she steps on the court against another team, she's lighter, faster, and sharper, ready to seize every scoring opportunity with ease. Coach White's defense isn't just a wall. It's a whetstone, sharpening Caitlin's offensive edge. Why, these concerns might just be Caitlin's biggest advantage. So there you have it, 5 reasons to worry about Coach Stephanie White's defensive focus impacting Caitlin Clark's offense. And as we just broken it down, maybe these worries aren't worries at all. In fact, Coach White's emphasis on defense could be the missing piece that turns Caitlin into an even bigger nightmare for opponents. More stops, more possessions, more transition plays, and more support from a team defense. It all sounds like a recipe for Caitlin to thrive and dominate. Imagine Caitlin with a defense that not only fuels her offense, but lets her play her game without holding anything back. Fever fans, it's about to get wild. And I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Thanks for watching, Fever fans. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Coach White's defensive approach will elevate Caitlin's offense? Drop your thoughts below and stay tuned for more updates and insights as we follow this exciting journey. Thank you for all your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, and for helping this channel grow. Until next time, keep ballin'.